Yo, what's up guys, I'm the Fire King and today I have our PWC Season 6 Week Number 3 matchup. We're going up against a very good buddy of mine. He goes by the name of Luna. He is coach of the Brookhaven Banettes. And he's a recent champion of the PWC. He won Season 5. So he came back to defend his championship. And he was with us in the TEE and we defeated him in semifinals. I believe it was like a 2-0. But now we have to face him again here in the PWC. And we're both coming to this matchup with a 1-1 record. So nobody wants to go 1-2. You know, 2-1 sounds better. And just a quick breakdown of my team because this was a very long match. I got my Thunders with holding the expert belt with 4 attacks. Manaphy, Tail Glow 3 attacks with the Mental Herb. Megaladios over here with 4 attacks. Physically defensive Crook with leftovers. Registeel holding the leftovers, especially defensive with like, what was it? Seismic EQ, Toxic, and Rocks. Gligar physically defensive with the Violite. Luna brought his Hoopa, his Hydreigon, his Fortress, his Whimsicott, Blaziken, and Rotom Wash. And to be honest, I think I only predicted 2 of his Mons, if I'm not mistaken, which was the Fortress. I predicted 3, sorry. The Whimsicott, the Fortress, and the Rotom Wash. And let's just get into this matchup. I'm just going to lead off with my Thunderous, as he's leading off with his Whimsicott. He goes for the Light Screen. That was Hidden Power Ice, if I'm not mistaken. It does a good amount, even behind the Light Screen. Here he goes for Leech Seed. I'm just going to go for a U-turn to get on out of there. And I go on to my Registeel, so I can put on my Rocks, if I'm not mistaken. So here he switches out as he goes on to his Fortress. He's going to try to Hazard Stack me as well. I went for Toxic there, sorry, so I could whittle down the Whimsicott. But he went on to the Fortress. And here we're just going to exchange Rocks. And I'm going to switch out into my Crocodile. Because I am carrying the Fire Fang, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I am carrying the Fire Fang. He goes for the Rapid Spin here. But I'm just going to go for a knockoff. Like I said, I am carrying the Fire Fang, but I didn't expect him to stay in, so I'm going to go for a knockoff, getting rid of the Rotom's leftovers. Here I'm going to switch out. I don't want to take a Hydro Pump or a Willow. As I go into my Registeel, and he goes for a Willow. And now my Registeel's burned, but it's okay. Sorry about that, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. Here he goes for a Volt Switch. As I go for a, I believe I just go for a Seismic Toss, so I'm not mistaken. There you go, there goes the Seismic Toss, just so I could break the Sturdy. Because, you know, just to break the Sturdy. Right there, I switch out into my Manaphy. I see there's a good opportunity for me to set up as he goes for Spikes. So I go for a Tail Glow here and start damaging Luna's team. I go for a Tail Glow as he goes for a Volt. Obviously, it's super effective. Here he goes on to his Whimsicott, so he can Encore me, but I'm going to eat my, the Mental Herb. So he goes for the Encore. My Mental Herb was activated, and I'm just going to knock out him with the Ice Beam. So good prep right there with us. For us, we're up 6-5. Here he goes on to his Hoopa, and he's Scarfed, and he knocks us out with Energy Ball. At that time, I was like, man, if he could sweep here, you know, if I'm not mistaken, Ice Beam takes him out. I didn't think this was Scarfed, so 2 Surfs would have taken him out. I believe 2 Surfs would have taken the Fortress out. I had Energy Ball for the Rotom. Surf could have taken out the Blaziken. But, you know, good prep for him for being Scarfed Hoopa with Energy Ball. So here I go into my Latios, seeing the good opportunity to get off my Mega. As I go for a Dragon Pulse, and he switches in the Hydreigon. Not sure why. That was a crit. It was a roll. I don't think the crit mattered, to be honest. According to my calcs, it didn't matter. But Luna said, I think he was a little bit bulky, so it was a roll. So right there, we're up 6-4. He goes on to the, like I said, his Hoopa Scarfed. He goes for a Shadow Ball. Registeel kind of eat those hits, but I'm already wore down a lot. Here he goes on to the Fortress on my Earthquake, which did nothing there. I was just trying to chip down the Hoopa, or even if he went into the Blaziken. So here I'm going to switch out to my Gligar. I do have Defog and Gligar. Not sure if I mentioned that. Here he puts a second layer of Spikes, but I'm just going to go for a Defog here and get rid of all of this hazards. So I go for Defog there, and he goes on to his Rotom. Here I believe I just go into Registeel. I go into Thunderous on the Volt Switch. As he goes on to his Fortress, and I think right here I just stay in and click T-Bolt. I think he was expecting me to have like a fire, like I don't know what he was expecting. Maybe a fire move, Incinerate maybe. So here I'm just gonna click T-Bolt again. I get a crit, and another T-Bolt will knock this out. Another T-Bolt will do some damage to whatever wants to come in. Here he's just gonna sack his Rotom, and we're up 5-3. Here he goes on to his Hoopa again. I know it's Scarf. I'm gonna switch out. I go on to my Crook on the Shadow Ball. It does a good amount to me, and I get my leftover recoveries. And let me explain this play right now. Right here I could go for a knockoff and get rid of this thing Scarf, and then Thunderous and Mega Latios are faster than this. I can easily take them out. And my play 100% here was to go for EQ, because EQ is a 2-hit KO against Hoopa. It one-shots the Blaziken on the switch-in, and if he goes for Fortress, I could double EQ him. And like I said, my play right here is 100% EQ, because he can't stay in and keep Shadow Balling me, because this is his win con. 2 EQs will knock him out. And I'm not lying here. I clicked EQ, and then last minute I changed my move from EQ to knockoff, because I wanted to get rid of this thing Scarf. But like I said, 2 EQs would have knocked this in even if he would have stayed in on me. And his Shadow Balls weren't doing enough to knock me out. So like I said, he goes on to his Blaziken on my knockoff. So if I would have clicked EQ, this thing would have been done, and we would have been up 5-2. So here, I do another misplay. Just to let you guys know, from here it went downhill. I started playing like crap after this turn. I could have stayed in on the Blaziken and gone for an EQ or something, but I was fearing like a high jump kick. But I should have stayed in there and gone for an EQ, because here he went for I went onto my Registeel, and he went for the Z what is it, the Z Sunny Day. So now he's +1 speed. He goes for a Fire Blast, lands it, and knocks down my Registeel. So here I have to start kind of stacking off things. I go into my Gligar, because I know I could live Hidden Power Ice, and I could go for it. I do have Acrobatics, which did like 50% to this thing, but he goes for Hidden Power Ice, and he knocks out my Gligar. That crit mattered. I go into Latios. Here's another bad play. I knew I could live 2 Fire Blasts, but if he wanted to save this, I didn't want to click Psychic and him get a free switch into the Hoopa. But my play here was to go for Psychic, knock off the Blaziken, because he wasn't going to switch out. If he switches out, he loses that +1 speed. But instead of me going for Psychic, I'm going for Dragon Pulse, and that's a misplay. And here he goes for Hidden Power Ice. I live it. I'm going to go for another Dragon Pulse, knock out the Blaziken. Now I get the crit. Obviously that one didn't matter. Here he goes on to his Hoopa, which is Scarfed. And I'm just going to let my Latios go down, my Mega Latios go down, so I can see what he locks himself into. I see its Energy Ball. And I see its Energy Ball, and then I go to my Crook. This was a very dumb play of my part. I go into Crook. On my calcs, for some reason, I don't know, I didn't have Energy Ball up. I had Shadow Ball up. So I knew I could live a Shadow Ball, but obviously it was Energy Ball. So I misplayed here so bad. As you see, I see he's Scarfed already. He knocks me out with an Energy Ball. And then I go into Thunderous. I'm just going to click T-Bolt, knock out the Fortress. And I know he's Scarfed. He's going to come in back in and knock me out. So we lose this match 1-0. And now we are 1-1 with a +1 differential. I believe we're like in 4th place in our division out of 6. We want to be in the top 3, because the top 3 make playoffs. But there's still, what is it? If I'm not mistaken, there's still like 8 games left. 8 games left before playoffs. So there's still a long road ahead of us. Mega Latios leads the team and kills with 5. But right there, instead of going out to Crook on the Hoopa, I could have gone on to Thunderous, T-Bolt this. Or if he switched out, T-Bolt Fortress, he comes back in. Energy Ball was a 3-hit KO against my Thunderous. T-Bolt was a 3-hit KO against him. So it could have gone either way. He probably would have still won. But I misplayed there at the end. And with that said, I will catch you guys next time. Later.